Before there were vaults of steel or passwords guarding invisible currencies, humanity faced a simpler yet far more dangerous question. How do you keep your wealth safe when there are no banks, no locks, and no laws to protect it? Imagine this: you're a merchant in 3000 BC Mesopotamia. You've traded months' worth of grain and spices, your earnings shimmering in the form of silver rings or small gold weights. You can't deposit them anywhere. There's no trusted institution, no written contract, no digital ledger. Only the fear that someone might take everything from you while you sleep. And yet somehow civilizations thrived. Fortunes were made, guarded, hidden, and sometimes lost forever. This mystery runs deep beneath the sands and stones of history. From Egyptian tombs to Roman strongboxes, from the temples of Babylon to the caves of ancient China, humans have always found ingenious ways to protect what they cherished. But their secrets were not only about wealth. They revealed how ancient people understood trust, power, and even the divine. Thousands of years before the first modern bank opened, wealth already defined civilizations. Gold, silver, grain, cattle, gems, and salt were not just commodities. They were the lifeblood of power. But without secure systems to protect them, ancient people had to rely on creativity and belief. In Mesopotamia, wealth was recorded on clay tablets written in cuneiform script, the first form of bookkeeping in history. But while records could be made, where was the wealth itself stored? For many, the answer lay in temples. The great ziggurats of Babylon and Ur were not just places of worship. They were the world's earliest financial institutions. Priests acted as trusted custodians, storing offerings of gold and silver in sacred chambers guarded not by iron locks, but by the fear of divine punishment. To steal from the gods was to risk damnation. Further west, in the Kingdom of Egypt, pharaohs faced a similar challenge, but on an unimaginable scale. Their wealth was divine, and it was buried with them. Entire tombs were constructed as eternal vaults filled with gold masks, jewelry, and treasures meant to accompany them into the afterlife. The pyramids were not merely monuments. They were colossal safes guarded by architecture itself, by labyrinthine passages, and by curses whispered into eternity. Beyond the temples and tombs, ordinary people had to protect their wealth in ways both clever and desperate. Archaeologists have found hoards of coins buried beneath floors, hidden inside pottery, or sealed in walls, sometimes forgotten for centuries until unearthed by chance. These caches tell silent stories of fear and foresight. In ancient China, during the Zhou and Han dynasties, merchants hid bronze coins in underground chambers or within fake wells. Some crafted double-bottomed boxes or concealed compartments in statues, ingenious tricks of survival in an age when wealth was both a blessing and a target. The Roman Empire, too, had its secrets. Wealthy citizens kept arcae, strongboxes made of bronze or iron, secured with intricate locking mechanisms that still astonish engineers today. Some were bolted to floors, others disguised as furniture. But the most valuable treasures weren't gold, they were ledgers. Records of who owed what, who paid tribute, who could be trusted. The concept of credit, a promise bound by reputation, was in a sense the earliest invisible bank. Across oceans, far from Rome or Babylon, other societies followed similar instincts. The ancient Celts buried torques and coins in sacred lakes, believing the gods would protect their offerings. In pre-Columbian America, the Maya and Inca hid treasures in caves, wrapped in woven cloth, believing that nature itself could guard their legacy. Every culture, every century, found its own answer to the same question. How do we keep our wealth safe when there's nowhere safe to keep it? Where there is wealth, there is always temptation. History is filled with stories of betrayal, theft, and the eternal cat-and-mouse game between those who hoard and those who hunt. In ancient Egypt, tomb robbers were a constant menace. Despite curses and guards, thousands of tombs were looted long before modern archaeologists ever arrived. The punishment for tomb robbery was brutal, often death, yet the allure of unimaginable gold outweighed the risk. Many of those robbers were workers who had helped build the tombs themselves, proving that even divine fear could not outweigh human greed. In Mesopotamia, temple theft was considered a crime against the gods, but records show it happened often. In Rome, theft took a different form. As the empire expanded, corruption grew. Bankers and money changers, the argentarii, held others' coins for safekeeping. But without laws to regulate them, many disappeared with fortunes entrusted to their care. In a sense, Rome invented not just the bank, but the bank scandal. And then there were the forgotten hoards, fortunes buried in panic during wars or invasions, never retrieved by their owners. Every year, farmers and builders across Europe still uncover buried coins, hidden 2,000 years ago by hands that never returned. Each one a ghost of fear, a frozen moment in time. What these ancient methods reveal isn't just about how people stored gold, it's about how they understood trust. They trusted gods, walls, and earth. They trusted secrecy more than systems. They believed that protection came not from authority but from cleverness, ritual, and faith. And in a way, not much has changed. Today, we lock our money behind passwords and encryption, but the instinct is the same. We still build temples, only now they're made of glass and steel. We still trust unseen powers, not gods but algorithms and banks. And we still fear the same thing our ancestors did, losing what we've earned to forces beyond our control. As we dig through the ruins of ancient cities, every gold coin, every clay tablet, every buried treasure tells us something profound. Wealth is not just about possession, it's about belief. The belief that what we value can be protected, that time and fate can be resisted, even for a moment. The temples of Mesopotamia, the tombs of Egypt, the hoards buried beneath Roman villas, they are not just remnants of wealth. They are the echoes of human hope, fear, and ingenuity. So the next time you walk past a bank or check your digital balance, remember this: long before servers and safes, humans learned to hide their fortunes in sand, stone, and silence. Somewhere beneath us, their secrets still sleep, waiting for someone curious enough to dig them up. The vaults of history are never truly empty if you know where to look.